Today we're going to be talking about the economy and what are some things to do if you're starting to get worried again about where the economy is going and where to go with your private practice. So this is probably going to be an ongoing discussion that we have because this is something that's starting to come up in the Facebook groups. It's starting to come up on social media. It's starting to come up like amongst practice owners. And we're starting to really talk about where the economy is at, where the economy is going, and how to really safeguard your private practice. So I can share some of the things that you can do right here, right now, to make sure that you are, let's call it safe. I don't know that that's the best word, but that you are setting yourself up for the most amount of success in case something shifts within the economy. I definitely don't want to go down like this doom and gloom place where like everything's going to fall apart and all the practices are going to close. That is not what I think anybody sees happening. But I think we always have to be on top of economic trends when we are the boss, we are the owner, we are the CEO, we are the ones that are in charge of our private practices. Whether you have a solo practice or a group practice, you are the CEO, right? You are the owner. You are the person in charge of seeing these things and making decisions. So I think we have to, no matter when the economy is booming or if the economy is not booming, we need to be on top of that and really capitalize on whatever is happening. So the first thing I want you to do is to take a look at your finances. Take a look at last year and this year. Look at comparisons. I actually took my profit and loss sheet from last year. I looked at it for the first 6 months and then the whole year. And then I compared it with the first 6 months of this year to see if we're on track. What has gone up? What is different? Where can we cut? What can we do to really make sure that we are saving where we need to save and that we're being mindful of spending, right? Or things that like I realize are just some things we don't have any control over and it is what it is. So making sure that then do you have an emergency fund for your practice, right? You want to make sure that you talk to your accountant about this because we actually spoke to our accountant about this because I was like, I need to have this massive emergency fund. And he had mentioned that the way that we do our accounting is that we didn't need to amass like, a $500,000 emergency fund. If that made me feel safe, sure, I could do that. But we talked about what was a realistic number for the business, the way that we do our accounting, the way that our revenue comes in, and then the way we pay out our contractors. And so we came up with a really good number that was comfortable for him and comfortable for us. And now I know that if something happens, we can pay things like rent and we can pay things like the things that no matter what happens in the business, like if everybody quits and everything falls apart, which I'm not thinking that's going to happen, but we'll be able to pay rent and we'll be able to pay some of the recurring things that go on. And then you also want to make sure that you're safeguarding some of your own income, right? Do you have an emergency fund for your income for your business? Or do you have that? Maybe you have that in your personal account. It doesn't necessarily have to be in a business account, but do you have a rainy day fund? Do you have an emergency fund? Do you have a plan if there is a dip in your income? Of course, we don't want to think that that's going to happen and we're going to do everything in our power to make sure that doesn't happen. But I think we need to be prepared and plan for some of these things. Have you looked at what you're most successful at? What are you so good at? Where are you getting most of your referrals from? Where are you seeing the best success for from your clients? Are you really great at social media? Maybe you could capitalize on that. Are you really good at like closing the deal when you're on the phone with clients? Are you doing this fabulous like evidence-based treatments that are really cutting edge and you're seeing great gains with your clients? Like where do your strengths lie, right? So it's like, look at your money, but then look at yourself and look at your business and look at your strengths. Look at what is working for you, because I think what works can like always work, right? And you can capitalize on that. If you have been so solid at like doing individual therapy and you've been wanting maybe to pivot to groups, but you're scared, look at what's been successful and how you have attracted individual clients or how you've attracted certain clients, and then use that to start groups if that's what you want to do. So you can also look at diversifying your services in a way that makes sense for your practice. People are always wondering how they can make sure that they always have income coming in, and diversifying your services is one way that you can do it. You can offer individual, you can offer group, maybe you can start offering coaching, maybe you can hire a contractor, maybe you can hire an employee, have a group practice. There are a lot of things. You can do an online course. So there are a lot of things that therapists, which is kind of fun, can do to make sure that they have multiple streams of income. I'm a firm believer, though, in making sure that your first stream of income is solid and where it needs to be, and then you work on your other streams of income, so then that way you know you have your income coming in. So that's why I always want you to take a look at your individual practice. What's working there? How can you capitalize on that? And then start working on multiple streams of income, or making sure that your base is really solid before you start doing other things, which I think you can do. I'm going to talk about one more thing that I want you to do in order to be aware and see what's going on in the economy. But first, I want to thank our sponsor, TherapyNotes. I have one of their sweaters on today. Like, they need to sell some merch because this is so comfortable. I put it on this morning. I'm like, this is so comfortable. So I don't know if they sell these. They should, because I'm like, man, this is really nice. It's like 100 degrees here in South Florida, but I'm wearing my sweater because it is comfortable and it's rainy. And so it feels so nice. But thank you to our sponsor, TherapyNotes. Besides the comfy, cozy sweaters, they are a fantastic company. Their people are so great to work with. We use them for our electronic health record. And when we switched over to them, like, my life got easier because there are so many functions that I didn't have with other electronic health records, with reporting, with monitoring, with tracking. And it has really helped make my running of my group practice so easy, so simple. It was designed for group practices, though it's used very well for solo practices. So if you're looking for an electronic health record to really make your group practice successful, I want you to check out TherapyNotes. The next thing I want you to do is I want you to take a look at all of the systems within your business. I want you to take a look at your marketing. Is your website up to date? Is your social media up to date? Does everything flow? Is it easy for people to make appointments? Do you have somebody answering your phones? Are you getting back to people fast enough, right? What is the intake process like for you? Is it simple for people to get an intake? Is it simple for people to find your office? Is it simple for them to pay? Is it easy for them to rebook an appointment? Is it easy for them to get on your schedule if they fall off your schedule? Is it easy for them to do billing? Do you submit super bills or their insurance easy? Like, make it easy, make it simple. Make it like a seamless process for your clients to find you, book with you, see you, and see you again. That process needs, I don't know what this is, but it needs to be very circular and very easy. So then that way you are servicing your clients appropriately, but you're getting new clients in, and you're able to build your business to where you need it to be. So I hope this is helpful. I'm sure it is also helpful for you to follow, certain news outlets and certain publications that are talking about the economy. But I really want you to focus on you, focus on your business, and figure out how you can manage whatever comes your way. I'll see you soon, everybody. Bye.